info, go to tse.edu/conjunto. Rio Grande Valley, join us as Texas Southmost College in Brownsville launches its 100-year celebration with a Centennial Conjunto Festival you don't want to miss. Tejano legend Michael Salgado takes the stage with a special appearance by Sonny Sauceda. It's free and open to the whole familia. Live music, food vendors, a beer garden, and only good times allowed. Saturday, January 17th, all day at Texas Southmost College. Celebrate with TSC, 100 years strong. Nos vemos allí. For more info, go to tse.edu/conjunto. Rio Grande Valley, join us as Texas Southmost College in Brownsville launches its 100-year celebration with a Centennial Conjunto Festival you don't want to miss. Tejano legend Michael Salgado takes the stage with a special appearance by Sonny Sauceda. It's free and open to the whole familia. Live music, food vendors, a beer garden, and only good times allowed. Saturday, January 17th, all day at Texas Southmost College. Celebrate with TSC, 100 years strong. Nos vemos allí. For more info, go to tse.edu/conjunto.
Time to take a new look, maybe your first look at Buick. If smart, hip, and affordable is for you, Buick's your brand. Fruya Buick, Brownsville, Texas. The standard of excellence has always been Cadillac, so be iconic and drive one. Fruya Cadillac, Brownsville, Texas.
At Brownsville ISD, every journey starts with a strong foundation.
Our academic programs inspire curiosity and critical thinking.
In athletics, students unleash their potential while diving into school spirit.
Creativity shines throughout our various fine arts programs.
Our career and technical education provides students with essential skills for the workforce.
With dual enrollment courses, students can earn college credits while still in high school.
Brownsville ISD.
One team.
One dream.
Kenny Perez came from a small town in Texas. At Kenny Perez Law, we won't stop fighting until our clients get what's rightfully theirs. We're right by your side, no matter what. Call Kenny Perez Injury Lawyers today, 956-999-1111.
I want to be a doctor.
I want to play professional soccer.
I want to play at Carnegie Hall.
At Brownsville ISD, dreams take shape with nationally recognized academic programs, championship athletics, and distinguished fine arts. Success isn't just a goal, it's our tradition. The best choice for your child's journey is Brownsville ISD.
At Tortilleria Ibanez, flavor starts fresh every day. Crispy flautas, homemade tamales, and our signature chicken salad, all made for you. Tortilleria Ibanez, tradition on every plate.
This summer, it's time for mimosas and brunch with the girls. A beachside lunch with the kiddos. Delicious Bayside burgers. And world-famous fried shrimp with a cold one. South Padre Island has your breakfast, lunch, and dinner plans covered. Book your summer getaway today. Visit SoPadre.com.
There's no place like Sherryland ISD returning students need to district work here, learn here, or tuition-based enrollment. Register now. Call 956-584-6408. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
South Padre Island. Enjoy endless activities for all ages. Then dance the night away with live music. Savor fresh seafood and discover unique food trucks and shop our charming boutiques. What are you waiting for? Escape the everyday at South Padre Island.
This summer, it's time to go outside and get some air. Explore a pirate ship. Or go horseback riding on the beach. And you can't forget about all the fun on the bay. South Padre Island has so much to do for the whole family. Book your summer getaway today. Visit SoPadre.com.
If you've been in a car crash, call Kenny. We're available to take your call 24/7, and we don't charge a fee unless we win your case. When you're in a car crash, call Kenny. Call 999-1111 now for a free consultation.
Permatemp Personnel Services has been servicing local businesses for the past 29 years.
Leave the hiring to us. Let us become your personal hiring guru.
We have a network of skilled employees to fit your needs.
Your success is our strategy.
Don't hesitate, call us now.
Good morning, everybody. We are back for another episode of Double Dribble with Coach Sammy Lucio. As always, I'm Kevin. That's Coach Sammy. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
Happy Monday, everybody. Nice cool weather. About time we get some nice cold weather.
It's cold.
It's a Monday morning here at St. Joe, and we are back home sweet home in the Bloodhound Cafe. I was just talking to Miss Amanda that it's been a minute. We had
before the break.
Before the break, we had the break, and then the last 2 Mondays we've had the show, but we've had it in the student center due to the asynchronous days. So we're happy to be back here in the Bloodhound Cafe, and the Bloodhounds are off of a thrilling 35-32 win this past weekend against Victoria St. Joe, and just a very pivotal game, Coach, for both teams. Let's start there from the top, given that the team had the bye on Tuesday. So just one game to recap. That was the Victoria game. Coach, just how big a win was that for this team?
It was a big game. The boys were happy to be back at home and play in front of the home crowd and play in the dome again. But it was a big win. We were both 2-2, so it's a game that could come back later on and maybe decide a playoff spot or I don't know. I mean, there's still a lot of games to go. And as you've seen, our district is it's very close. Anybody can beat anybody. So I don't want to say it was a deciding game because there's still so many more games that we got to get ready for.
Absolutely. You know, the guys got off to a really good start on Saturday, 12-5 in that first quarter. And you and I have talked before that for this team to be successful, they need to be able to get off to good starts.
Yeah.
And talk about that good start that we had in that first quarter.
Oh, yeah, the boys really came out with a lot of energy. But I told them it all comes back to practice. I mean, we had a really good week of practice, and I think it just translated into the game. And I think they were just excited and ready to get back out there on the court, so they came out with a lot of energy. And our defense was just really on point in the first quarter. I think they scored 5 points, and both of them were off just miscues on us, nothing really that they did. So I thought we just came out with a lot of energy. We got to continue to do that, and we got to put 4 quarters together. We still haven't done that.
You know, offense was at a premium this past weekend. You know, you look at, if you look at Victoria, they had single digits in the first 3 quarters. They had 5 points in the first, they had 7 in the second, and then they had 4 in the third. So defensively, I thought we did a pretty good job on really limiting Victoria. But we kind of knew that because they don't exactly have a point guard who they can just dish the ball out to and someone who can just score at the guard position. But we knew they had a lot of size.
Yeah.
And I think that was probably one of the biggest challenges we had to face on Saturday.
Yeah, we knew that their size was going to be hard to handle, even though we were a pretty big team. But Number 10's a pretty big kid and very athletic. And what helped us in the first half that we got him in some foul trouble too. So he didn't play much in the first half, and then in the fourth quarter he just really kind of went off on us. But I think in that fourth quarter since we were up a good amount, we were up I think 12 or 14. That we just continued. I think we were just hoping the time would just run out instead of continue to play how we've been playing for 3 quarters. And that's something we need to talk to with the boys, and just that we got to continue and play. And don't look at the time. I mean, just keep playing, do what you've been doing the whole game, and probably would have been a little less stressful victory towards the end.
It was one of those games where, like I said, the offense was at a premium, and at the end of the day, a win's a win. I mean, you look at the field goal percentage, both teams, St. Joe at 24%, and, Victoria St. Joe at 27%. And I just looked it up that we each made 1 3 each.
Yeah.
So,
we made the exact same amount of 2s and 3s. The only thing is we beat them on the free throw line. That we made a little bit more free throws. But me and Coach Nava said, I mean, they're like us. We're about the same. I mean, but we got size. Defense. They were very good defensive team. So we were expecting this game.
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't expecting a 70 to 60 some game. We were expecting a low scoring game. It was going to be a fight, and our boys just really fought really hard, and they really wanted it, and they came out with it.
Yeah, and obviously I think that along with that, but the guard play too was an advantage. We had guys that can obviously push up the ball, bring up the ball. It was the fourth quarter where it really got interesting, where they really outdid themselves. Victoria put together a 16-point fourth quarter, outscored us 16-8, in fact.
Yeah.
Talk about that late comeback Victoria made, and we just, like you said, just kind of had to hold on and hope for the time to expire rather sooner.
Like we said, number 10, he became real aggressive in that fourth quarter, and we actually didn't start the fourth quarter very good. We fouled 3 times in 45 seconds, so we were putting them at the line real early in the quarter, which is not good. If we would have just kept playing our sound defense and not picked up those fouls, I don't think they get that momentum. Anytime the clock stops and the other team can score is an advantage for them. We want that clock to keep continuing to run. But we got in foul trouble in that fourth quarter, and we turned it over a little bit, but we figured it out, and we hit some free throws. We missed, I think, 5 free throws in the fourth quarter down the stretch. I mean, we just really got to make those. And a 3-point win could have easily been a 7 to 8-point win with our free throws, and less stressful with them getting the 3-point shot twice there at the end.
A little bit more comfortable win rather than
that's what we want.
And mind you, in case you missed the game, Victoria had the last shot to tie the game twice. So good way to just muscle up on the defensive end. But you talked about Bladeau, number 10. He wound up with 15, and Stekefa 11. He had 10. So both those two guys were they were
the same guys that since they were freshmen, they've been tough. So we knew what we were going up against.
The silver lining too is that when I've always said good teams find ways to win.
Yeah.
And when your leader, when your best player doesn't have his best game and the guys pick him up around him, I think that's all signs of a good team. Jason Aguilar, he only finished with 6 points, but you kind of just saw it spread out just a little bit. Gavin had 11, Izzy had 4, so Leslie had 4. Knox had 2, Tunde had 2, so Everett Porto had 4, so just a little bit of contributions just from everybody. And that's what you need in a game like this where, like I said, offenses at a
guys that maybe don't score as much, just pitched in a little bit just to cover for what Jason did, and that helped us. I mean, I thought Gavin had a great game. I mean, he really stepped up just all around his offense, defense. He had 4 assists. I think he had like 6 rebounds. I mean, he had a really good game. I thought Izzy had a great defensive game as well with a couple. I think he had 4 steals and about 6-7 rebounds. Sometimes people just look at the box score like that, but there's so much more, like deflections. We had a lot of deflections at the beginning. I thought Knox played had a lot of deflections, just tough rebounding, just playing tough down low. Everybody contributed that went into the game, so I was happy for everybody.
Absolutely, and the good news for us, for you, is that we can bank that Jason's not gonna have 6 the next time we play these guys. Bad news for them is that the bad game's out of the way, and you still found a way to win. So just a very good win for this team. Also the fact that it's here at home, because now the first half of the district play is over.
Yeah.
Which means now we're heading into the second half, which comes the second round rematches with different teams. We'll talk a little bit more about the Sacs matchup down the road, but at the halfway point, we're 3-2 in the district, right like you mentioned, right in a spot for the postseason. You have Laredo at 4-0, and then you have us right there at 3-2, and then Victoria St. Joe, and then San Antonio Christian. They're coming in hot on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, just like last year. I mean, we beat them the first time, and then they came on in the second after the Christmas break, and they just really started getting some big wins. And I'm expecting the same thing from last year. They're gonna be tough. Tomorrow's gonna be a tough game for us. The first time we played them, I would say both of those teams that when we played each other, we're still getting our football players back.
Yeah.
And we weren't really at 100%. I feel like we've improved, they've improved, so it's going to be another tough game here at the Dome. Sacs has some big kids as well. They have a couple big guards and a real big post. So we got our work cut out for us.
Yeah, that's tomorrow's matchup here at the Dome, a doubleheader, both the girls and the boys. Not only that, but the alarming thing was they really handed it to St. Mary's last week. It was 82-65, I believe the score, and I was like, okay, that's very impressive. And they only lost to Laredo. What was it, by 4?
By 4 points, and they had a 11-point lead in that game. So it's gonna be a tough game. But we've been saying it, all our districts tough.
Absolutely, and again, the homestand does continue into Tuesday, and then there will be no game this weekend, but it'll be the following Tuesday, and that'll be another big one, a home matchup against Laredo. So again, the home games are the key here. That we're able to get some home games together and try and win these home games. With the first half wrapped up, Coach, what do you feel that is the DNA of this team that now we've gotten a full sample size?
We're relentless. I mean, we play hard for 32 minutes. I don't think we've had a game where we just didn't show up and play. I mean, even the St. Mary's Hall, I think we played a really tough game. But St. Mary's, they had a good game that day. I mean, sometimes in basketball that happens, where you can play playing at your best and just shots didn't fall, and that I felt like that happened to us that day, and their shots were falling, and they had a big crowd behind them, and so but I mean, I still feel like we haven't played our best game yet in district. I still think that's coming, and when it does, I think we're going to be a really tough team to beat the rest of the way.
Yeah, I think relentless is a perfect word, because throughout the year we've seen this team down by, think back to the first game of the year at Jubilee. These guys were down 13, came back in that fourth quarter to only cut it to 2. The Harlingen game sticks out where he came back to take the lead. So I think relentless is a very good word, and
we fight hard. I mean, Laredo, we were down 8 with like 2 minutes, and we cut it to 3. I mean, St. Mary's Hall, we were down, and we cut it to 8 with a couple minutes to go. I mean, we are relentless. The boys are always playing hard.
I even think that the St. Mary's coach, when we were headed to the fourth, like, this is what they do.
Yeah.
This is what they do. Yeah. You keep an eye. You got to play a whole 32 minutes.
Yeah.
No, for sure. And along with the line of this team being relentless is that they're never out of it. But also they're showing that they can find different ways to win.
Yeah.
Saturday I think was a very good example of that. Again, like I said, when you're leading scorer, it doesn't have exactly his best game. There's guys around him that can rally around him. We've shown we can win the low-scoring games. We've shown we can win the high-scoring games, and I think those are all just pluses for your team.
Yeah. It shows that we can play different styles of basketball, which is always good when you can match up with different teams, different styles. I love the way we played defense the other day. It was awesome to see. But it's been like that all year. I mean, our defense has really been on point. Obviously, I wish our offense we could get a little bit more flow to our offense, sharing the ball a little bit more. Right. But it's coming. I feel like we're sharing it. Just shots have not been falling for us. But when they do, I mean, we're gonna be really tough team to beat. I have a feeling we haven't peaked yet.
Through the first half, what are some positives, some things that you that you and Coach Nava want to continue to build on?
Just our defense. We talked about it on Saturday. The non-negotiables, like our effort always has to be there. Like we shouldn't have to ask for it. That should be expected. And just are relentless for 32 minutes of defense. I mean, if we do that, we're going to be in games because we just got to control what we can control. Shots are going to fall sometimes, but our defense should always be there and our effort should always be there. Those are things that we just got to keep on working on.
And some things maybe you want to clean up?
Our offense, I mean, we just keep working on it, keep shooting, keep working drills to get us into maybe some better scoring opportunities for our boys. We're trying to put them in the best position to score, and I think we've done that as a coaching staff, and it just hasn't worked out for us. But we're keep hammering away every day. Me and Coach Now are just trying to figure out something to help these boys get a little bit more comfortable on the offensive side.
Absolutely. Throughout the first half, maybe what's a couple of highlights that sticks out to you?
Obviously Saturday's game was really good. The first game against Sax was just we went in there just. Remember, we kept saying just get a win no matter what because we knew there was a long break in between. Even the losses, I mean, you can learn a lot from losses. I thought we learned a lot in that Laredo game that, yes, they're 4-0, but we were right there with them. We can on the road, and it's a tough place to play, that we can come back and beat them. I love coaching this team because they play hard and they don't give up, and sometimes that doesn't always happen. So I'm excited that these guys are doing that all year, and that's one positive that I really enjoy, that this team is going to play hard, and they're not going to give up. And whoever we play, it's going to be tough for that other team. We're not going to make it easy for them.
Absolutely, and I'm sure that the message, a part of the message you've given and that coaches always do at this time of the year is that, you can also look at it, hey, it's a clean slate.
Yeah.
And a chance to finish off the second half strong. And but I mean, it also brings its own challenges to where, Sax, Laredo. I've always said it's always hard to beat the same team twice in a year.
It's tough.
Not only, I mean, sure, Romo knows you know Romo, for example, but the tape is out against us, on Sax on Tuesday, and that makes it just a little bit harder to where they're a little bit more prepared, you're a little bit more prepared. I mean, it evens out, but the point being that it's the second half always presents its own challenges. Diving into the Sax matchup, is that one area of concern where, like, okay, now a little bit more about San Antonio Christian, they know a little bit more about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, when we played each other the first time, we had really our full team maybe a week, so that film that we saw on them, that's not going to be the same team that we played, and we're not the same team that when we played them the first time. So, like you said, the film's out. This is where we have to adjust, do something different than we did last time, because I don't think they're going to come out the same. We're probably not going to come out the same. There's going to be some adjustments that you have to make the second time you play somebody, because it's hard to go out there and just, we're going to do the same thing we did last time. It just doesn't work like that. The coaches in our district are really good coaches, so you can't just throw them the same thing because they're going to be prepared for it. So we got to throw something different at them.
Absolutely, and like we mentioned, this is a team that's they're really starting to hit their stride. They did lose to Laredo, but they were on a win streak before that, so it's not going to be easy as we start the second round. San Antonio Christian, I think last year we split with them, correct? So, but the key is that you're able to get that road win first, and the advantage is now you have them here at home. Give us a couple of keys to tomorrow.
Same thing like we've been saying. Take care of the basketball. Keep playing good defense. We got to keep number 11, their point guard. We got to figure out how to get the ball out of his hands because he's really the guy that gets them going, and keep number 12 off the boards, their post. He did a good job last time just being relentless down low, and he just kept he's tough, man. He's a big kid, so we got to do a good job boxing him out. I think those are keys. If we can box out 12, get the ball out of 11's hands, and keep the ball out of their shooter's hands. Number 10, last time we did a really good job that he only hit one shot, and that was the only shot he took, and he hit it. But so we got to do a good job on him again, keep the ball out of his hands because he can shoot the ball really well, and just knock down free throws at the end of the game, and we should be okay.
Yeah. Now that he brings the bell, Seth Ontiveros, number 11, he was their shooter. He had a game, and then of course Sloan Gilroy, the quarterback for Sax, number 12. So it's gonna be a fun, exciting matchup. Anytime Sax and St. Joe play, like I said, the first game was a good road win for us, and then the good thing too is that you have this game on Tuesday. and then you have another bye. There won't be a game on Saturday, so it just gives you extra time, extra rest for the kids. And then Laredo comes to town. So I think that the bye also helped too earlier this week.
It does. It gets your legs back. I feel like we're a little bit more rested, and it gives you a chance to work on some other things. Go back to the basics. I mean, I think we talked about that last time on our show. That we went back to a lot of basic stuff: shooting, passing, dribbling, slides, defensive slides, stuff that the guys are, Coach, why are we doing this? This was the beginning of the year. So we got to buy it back to the basics. So that's stuff where you can work on in the buy and just like you said earlier, we have adjustments that we're trying to do something different for the second half. So we kind of started throwing that in there a little bit last week.
Absolutely. So again, the Bloodhounds picked up a huge win on Saturday, 35-32 against Victoria St. Joe to wrap up the first round of district play. So the second round begins tomorrow, and in the word brackets, postseason will start flooding in rather quickly as the games will, it's going to go by quick.
Yeah.
And the games are just going to get that more important as the second half goes on. Funny thing about coincidences is that so and again, this is all just random. It's not by design. I just pick a random player for the game day post, right? So on Saturday when I had shared the posts, Romina was for the girls team, Gavin was for the boys team. They both wound up having to get player of the game, and they both had 11 points.
Well, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
I was looking at it last night. I was like, hey, wait a second. I was like, they were both on the game day. They both happened to be player of the game, and they both had 11 points. I was like, something I got to win the lottery or something.
Yeah.
It was a good omen because the girls, shout out to them. They also picked up a win on Saturday, and oh man, the guard play in that game was ridiculously good with the girls and
they played really good.
Yeah, they played really well. Junior high boys, shout out to them. They played this past weekend.
They played on Saturday. The 8th graders, the A and B team, they lost, but they were both competitive game. I got a chance to see the second half of the B team game and the whole game of the A team, and they played a really tough Vela team and hung in there and a lot of positives. It was good. I'm excited for Wednesday when both 7th and 8th graders will be playing here at in the Student Center at 5:30 and 6:30.
Yes, they get to finally make their home debut.
Yeah,
so
they're excited and they're ready. And Coach, are you gonna come to our game? Like, yes, I'll be there.
Absolutely, yes, and we'll have that game streamed for you live later this week. That's on a Wednesday. Tomorrow we will be live in the Dome. Again, I encourage everyone to come out and support the Bloodhounds if you can't make it. We